Newcomer teachers. Today we're going to talk about the math vocabulary word next. We're also going to go over some common shapes and some letters and some common nouns, as well as the proper use of question marks in the English language. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to pick out some shapes and make a pattern. Reminder, we're not teaching the pattern concept, we're teaching language, right? So we know an older kid will know what will come next. Is it a square or a triangle? But we're trying to get them to say the words, to read the words, to write the words, to listen to the words. Oh, and by the way, here it's always good to write down the name of each shape. So it will help the kids as they write it, they will remember it. The more you write, the more you remember. So you would go ahead and model this first, okay? Square, square, triangle. Square, square, triangle. Square, square. What comes next? Then you'd have the kids do it with you. Square, square. Again, square, square. You're going to do that pattern several times. Say this with me. What comes next? What comes next? What comes next? And then they should be able to say, a triangle comes next. Now you really want to emphasize, have that elocutionary force when you're asking that question, because it needs to be exaggerated, depending on also what type of newcomer you have. If you have someone who does not have a lot of literacy experience, you're going to want to go ahead and model what this is and what it sounds like. And for those who do, I know in some languages you write or read an upside down question mark in Spanish. And so they need to know in English, you only use a question mark at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning and the end. So you go ahead and you would ask this question with them. What comes next? A triangle comes next. And you'd have them repeat that with you 3 times. Then I went ahead and I picked some letters, some easily confused letters. So G, because G and J often get confused. X is always hard to remember, and M is pretty easy, right? So you do the same thing as you did up here. G, X, M. G, first you, then with them several times, and then maybe just them or the student by themselves. What comes next? And then here you'd go ahead and write what comes next. And on their own, they should be writing this and saying it to a partner or on their own, okay? Here I did the same thing with just some common shapes, common nouns. So apple, apple, heart. Okay, same type of idea. What comes next? A heart comes next. What comes next? A heart comes next. So you could fill in different things. Here at the bottom I put make your own using objects you see. You could assign the newcomers to do that. They could pick objects around the room and draw them, and then underneath those objects you could go ahead and write them out. Thank you.